What has being a husband and a father forced you to learn about yourself that music or the church never could teach you?
I mean, patience in a different way. I think music, I mean, I eventually got patient. I wasn't very patient in my career, though. It was all about, like, getting to it, you know what I'm saying? And even church for me, it was about being on point. And, you know, with marriage, I had to understand, I mean, the biggest word is probably compromise, you know, and that communication. Is no because I said so in marriage, you know, that doesn't really exist. The communication is how you get through anything. You got to be able to talk about it. And the way I travel too, the way I'm moving around and experiencing so many things so fast, I got to communicate those things because I'll like float away, you know, if I'm not like communicating those things. So I think the communication of it, but like the patience of it, the grace of it, you know, is something that I had to learn, both being a father and being a husband.
Now, you hinted toward it, but just asking it outright, what's something that you learned in church that you had to unlearn as an adult?
That no room for like that boxiness of church.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I said, this is what it is. Don't question it. God said, you know what I'm saying? And as I got older, it's like, well, I'm not questioning God, but I'm questioning you, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, your humanity. Because that's what, like, just like you said, my father is human. You think these leaders, but like, I'm questioning the humanity of it. You know what I'm saying? You're a human, I'm a human, you're the leader. Yeah. But for me, that's something that I had to unlearn. It's just like, I mean, even, you know, choosing to do music the way I did it was a whole unlearning experience. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just becoming myself, I had to let off some stuff that was told to me over and over because it would have blocked me from being who I was. You know, a lot of times we see these gifts in church and we like, oh, like we use them right. Boom, we got it. Thank you.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, and it's like, man, I wonder how many people we kind of stunted their growth from what they actually could have been because we felt like this is only meant for this.
Yeah, that's a great way of saying it. I think for me, it was, I learned how to judge in church. And I had to teach myself how not to judge out of church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like today, I don't judge a person, whatever their story is, prostitute, drug addict, you know.
You're not wrong.
I just
way more judgment in church.
Yeah. So I'm curious to talk. Like, what made you do that, bro? Like, hey sis, like, why are you doing this? No, I'm not asking to say like you ain't supposed to be doing that. I'm like,
want to know why.
Like, I don't judge the branches of the tree. I want to get to the root of it. Like, where did this come from? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think with that outlook, it has been able to have some of the most dopest conversations caught off camera that has impacted and it made the man in me evolve.
That's real life, man. Yeah. I mean, I think that's, you know, like you said, how you went deeper and started asking questions or reading in a different way to try to find, you know, it's how people do politics sometimes. It's like, oh, I caught a soundbite, or I like their personality, or they do speeches, but you don't really dig into what the policy. What are you actually trying to do? What do you know what I'm saying? And I think when we get into that, we can make better choices, you know, informed decisions. But yeah, that judgment, man, I think that's something that we really, like I said, it's almost like a prideful thing, like excited to judge. And it's like, that's literally the opposite of the message. So,
man, as a parent, you sure do want your kid to learn about managing money, but you also want to know what's going on. And that's the main reason why I love Cash App. For teens 13 to 17, with sponsorship by eligible guardian or parent, every purchase made with their Cash App card sends you a real-time notification. They get to build independent. At the same time, you get peace of mind. You can manage everything from your Cash App account, and if the card is ever lost, guess what? You can lock it with just one tap. And here it is. There's no monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement, and no hidden charges. Download Cash App today and sponsor your teen. Visit the link in the bio. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's banks partner. Prepaid debit cards issued by Southern Bank member FDIC. Cash App Visa debit flex cards issued by Southern Bank member FDIC and the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA Inc. See terms and conditions for Sutton prepaid card, Sutton debit flex card, and Bancorp debit flex card. Savings provided by Cash App A Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
No.
Now, one of the coolest things that I read about you is you wrote the theme for Disney World's Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And now there's all this conversation about a live action movie for Princess and the Frog. Being from New Orleans, who would you want to play Tiana if you had?
Oh, like in New Orleans? Like somebody from New Orleans?
Or who? Oh. It wouldn't matter. Like,
okay.
Is it Moana? They just had like this live.
Because I mean, Anika is amazing. You know, I worked with her on the theme song.
Yep.
So the current Tiana is a beast.
Yes.
If I had like a New Orleans girl to do it, my girl Tank from Tank and the Bangers for sure. Just because she
it fits.
She's it. Like she gets it. But that is one of my like biggest honors, you know, in my life. I got to bring my daughter. I forget how old Peyton was when we went on it, but like. First of all, Tiana's the only American princess in Disney, but then, of course, the only black princess in Disney, black character. Yeah. And so for them to tap me for not, because I always dreamed of writing a song for a Disney movie, but not a ride, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be there for 30 years. You know, like my grandkids are going to be able to ride this and say, you know, I don't have no grandkids, but I'm saying like, but like, you know what I'm saying? They'll eventually be able to see that. I mean, it was crazy, but I heard about the live action, so I'm excited to see.
You know, the great book says that, you know, your gift will open doors or make ways for you.
Make room, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, my last question is, what's Paul Sylvester Morton Jr.'s legacy through how you want it?
Man, I hope that it's freed people. I mean, because I'm free, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's been my whole goal is to get free. Now, I used to think free meant, oh, I'm going against I'm doing whatever I want to do. Yeah, that's not really freedom, because even in my music, it wasn't until, even in my R&B and soul stuff, it wasn't until, because I used to say, oh man, that's too churchy, or nah, let me not do that. That's gonna make people think this. But it wasn't until I was my full self in this music that it really started to connect with people. And so I see myself in other artists. I see them being free. You know, I see these churches having singles night and marriage, you know, like stuff that didn't exist when I was coming up because it was seen as wrong. And so, you know, I hope the legacy is that whatever, you know, right or wrong, learning a lesson, whatever, that I was free and I was trying to be myself. I did it my way. You know what I'm saying? Stuck to my guns. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this just came up.
Yeah.
Why didn't you feel, or have you, to be kind of like the next incoming pastor?
Yeah. No, I had no desire. I
Still?
Oh no. No, I'm good. You know, my dad told me a long time ago that you don't have to, you know, like your way of reaching people doesn't have to be like mine. You know, he freed me from that. I mean, I wanted to be that when I was little, because I mean, I thought that's what, my dad was the coolest to me. So it's like, I used to tell people I'm gonna be a preaching drummer. I don't play drums or preach today, but that's what I thought, you know. But you know, that's a call. That's a call that I would take seriously. And I never, you know, people used to ask me if I was running. You know, they're like, you running? Don't you be running? Yeah. And I'm like, no, I feel like I'm being exactly what I was created to be. And I see the fruit of that. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that I'm being rewarded for being whoever I was, because it wasn't always easy, not being edgy enough for the R&B stuff, not being gospel enough for the gospel stuff. And so, you know, being exactly who I'm supposed to be.
Once August hits, it feels like life just picks right back up. Vacation slowed down, the calendar starts filling up, and you're back moving every single day. Your routine gets easier once you don't have to think as hard for deciding what you're gonna wear. And that's why I rock with Macy's. I like those everyday staples that you can just throw on, a clean knit polo, a pair of sweats, lightweight jacket for those mornings that start hot but end cool. And it's that one little detail that pulls everything together, like a good watch, a quality belt, and the right accessories. Plus, if you need any help pulling it all together, Macy's has free personal stylists who help you build your whole look. Because getting back to routine doesn't mean that your style has to take a step back.